Hi, man, with etrailer. If you have a 2023 BMW X5 and you're looking for a set of chains that are going to last you a long time and that are going to get you through a lot of those heavy-duty situations, then the Titan chain tire chains are going to be a great option for you. So let's check them out. We're going to have this on tire size 275 45 R20. Now that's just the tire size we have today. It will fit a variety of other sizes. And we're going to have this on the rear axle is what the manual recommends. Now when you put them back here, just make sure you turn off your rear axle steering because the manual recommends for that too, just so you drive safely with these chains. And then if you are worried about if these chains will fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. And we can take a closer look at the links. So these are going to be made from a manganese nickel alloy, so what that's going to do for you is they're going to last a long time and they're going to be very rust resistant. And we're going to have this square shape to them. And that square shape is going to help you get through those heavy situations of snow and ice and even mud. And then we are going to have some larger links. So these aren't going to be Class S, but as you can see, we still have plenty of clearance in our wheel well. And on top of that, we're going to have a ladder pattern design. And with a ladder pattern design, that's going to give you more traction when you're starting and stopping. And if we look at the bottom of the chains, you'll notice we do have this lever, and that lever is pretty easy to work with. I do like the shape of this one in particular. Some of the other ones can just be like bars that are kind of hard to work with, but using this tensioning device helped a lot. However, I still recommend using a rubber tensioner because it's just going to give you a lot more peace of mind, because what it's going to do is constantly apply tension to your chains. And that's important because when you're driving around, what's going to happen most times is your chains are going to shift, and once they shift, they usually loosen up. So this is going to give you a good fit for your entire ride. Now, this won't come with your kit. You'll be able to find one of those on our website. Now, what will come with your kit, though, is going to be this pretty light-duty bag with 2 sets of chains. And honestly, I'd recommend investing in a small tote or something else, because this bag probably isn't going to last you very long, especially after a couple of uses of this. So if you want something more robust, probably invest in a tote. And in my opinion, I think this is a pretty solid choice if you are trying to look at a more affordable, heavy-duty chain that will get you through most situations. To start off the installation, I like to grab some gloves just to make this a little bit easier and lay out my chains. Now there's a few things I like to look at when I lay them out. The first thing I like to do is just to make sure there's no damages to them, making sure those welds look good, and then I like to make sure the orientation is correct. So we want these hooks to be facing up and away from your tire. Then I'm going to go to the back side. We're just going to make sure this lever is closest to us and furthest away from your tire, and then we can start putting this on. The best way I think to do this is to just come to the center and lift up and drape it over your tire. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure it's even on both ends. So you don't want it to be hanging over your rim like this, because it's not going to give you an even fit, and it can scratch up your rim. So I'm just going to reach my other hand back there and just check that backside. Once we've done that, we're just going to repeat that process or continue it all the way throughout, adjusting the ends so we can make those connections a little bit easier on the front and back. I'm going to start on the back side because that's the side that's a little bit more difficult to work with. And that's just really going to consist of me grabbing this metal hook and connecting it to one of these links over here. Now this might be a little bit tricky because it is a tighter fit underneath here, and we want to make sure this is on the correct tightness, because we don't want it overly tight on the back side because it's not going to give us an even fit on the front side, and if it's too loose then you might damage something on your vehicle. Now the front side is going to be a little bit different. So this time, instead of using a hook, we're going to take this lever and we're going to stick it through the center of one of these links, then push this as far down as possible and apply pressure. And what you're going to be doing is connecting a link to this hook at the very end. Now you might need a little bit of pressure to do this, so I recommend using your body weight to make this connection. just like that. And from here, we're just going to pull on it, making sure we have a pretty good fit. And I'm pretty happy with how it's fitting today. Now, I still recommend grabbing one of those rubber tensioners that I talked about earlier. I'm going to put mine on at an angle. And that's because we do have this lever at the bottom, which can kind of make things a little bit difficult to work with sometimes. And when you're putting this on, making sure you're spreading this out evenly. And when you put those hooks in place, make sure they're facing away from your tires, just so you don't damage anything. I'm just going to adjust mine just a tad bit more to give me a better fit. And right now I'm liking that. So you're just going to repeat that process on the other side. After which, I recommend pulling forward, backing up some, just make sure nothing's shifting too much and you still have a good fit. And if you do, you can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at some of the features of the Titan Chain tire chains on our 2023 BMW X5. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.